Hey y'all, happy Friday. Happy preparation for your Sabbath. It's the weekend, baby. Anyway, you guys know on Fridays I like to give you something to do, right? So it can help you prosper in your near future, right? So earlier I read the short basically about us being able to relieve ourselves from our so-called friends, that possess evil communications. Whether we know it or not, we can be around people and start doing things they do, things that we would never even consider doing, but because we have a person around us that possess evil communications, they can be manipulative and deceptive, and can convince you to do that very thing that you really wish not to do. And as it is written again in Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20, KJV version, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. So it's just what it said, right? If you wise and you walk with wise, then your whole crew be wise, right? But if you wise and you walking with a companion of fools, then your wises become stupid just like theirs, right? Your manners become corrupted. Your ways become corrupted, right? So the things people used to look at you for, look at you to be like, man, that person, man, is like Adonis, or she is like, man, just a queen. We can look at them and have good vibes, have now, you look at them different now, because it's like a good girl gone bad, or a guy that was convinced by his friends to come join some type of gang and just be thrown off now. So be not deceived, okay? Because if you think, you get it going on and you good with your works, but, you go meet somebody who's not on your same level, they will bring you down. Because the saying is true, birds of a feather flock together. If you see one, then, and that person with them, then that's the other, right? Also in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, it says, be not deceived, evil communications corrupt good manners. Which it does. Evil communications corrupt good manners. I'm going to tell y'all, that's why I don't look at a lot of things on TV. All those housewives and all those reality shows. That stuff just corrupts your mind. It's very influential and it have you doing things you normally don't do. So I don't get caught up in all that TV stuff that's going on. I don't get caught up in so many things that's going on into the world, because that stuff that's going on, remember, evil communications corrupt good manners. So those things that you normally don't do, watching all those TV programs, you all of a sudden start doing, right? Because it's like being like the Joneses, not having your own mind, but allowing somebody else to control your mind because you watching the content they put out there for you to follow. Okay? Just prime example, like me, myself, I had to separate myself from people because I realized that in order for me to walk this stance, then I had to separate myself and be around people who kind of like want to walk this stance with me. Unfortunately, there's not many people who will walk this stance because of all the peer pressure in the world that's got them convinced to do the things they want to do instead of trying to walk a righteous path so they can be prosperous, right? So let's just say, prime example, you don't have to be doing nothing, but you meet somebody, that's doing more than you, and here you was like, man, they seem fun, they got it going on, I want to do what they do. Now, all the time, they looking at you like, shoot, I can run circles around this person because they slow as ever, and I'm fast on my toes, right? So that person who fast on their toes start reading that other person as well, like they're lame or square, and they can be easily convinced to do what they want to, and also, be they like, what's that, they look puppet or something that they control, So just what I'm saying, you have to be careful, because meeting people like that will have you doing exactly the things that you never used to do, and have you becoming the person that you never used to be. So you have to be careful. You have to be wise when choosing people you hanging with, okay? You just can't allow anybody to be around your circle and your space, because trust and believe me, evil communications corrupt good manners. And a wise man who works with a fool of companions become the greatest fool also, right? With his those foolish companions he's walking along with, that he allowed to be convinced and manipulative and deceived, to follow their ways when that person was wise, but then because they wanted to follow the world and because of the peer pressure, they want to be the man or the woman to fit in, they just said, forget it, I'm gonna walk that way. But then what happened to them? They get depressed, they become unhappy because Their flesh started messing with their spirit. It started conflicting with one another because they know that these things they didn't used to do, now they doing, and now it's causing that person to be down, stressed out, unhappy, and everything until they relieve their peer pressure and walk forth how they used to walk, until they get rid of those friends and become who they used to be, right? Because what the Father say, man, we do have a flavor, but what is flavor without the salt? Is nothing. So you had that salt before, but you allow somebody to come make you bland, and now you bland, and now you unhappy. So it's very important to be careful who we surround around us, who we have in our circle, because those people that don't mean us no good, is gonna bring us down to the lowest degree where it'd be hard to get back up. Because the Father said, be fearful of those who can kill your body and your soul, but not fearful of those who can kill your body, but be fearful of those who can kill your body and soul right to hell. Because that person can come, take your wholeness and kill your body and soul and bring you all the way down where you can't even get back up. And you just perish, right? Right on into hell, okay? And I'm saying, because nobody is perfect. We all had, our times where we wanted to be in the end game and hang around. Because trust me, I was young. When my friends, we hung out, we done our things while we was kids. We partied, we got high, we had fun. You understand? But there's a time, remember, when you get old, you got to let that go. And right now, today, some of my friends are still doing the same thing at this age and not even thinking about how it's affecting their health. You know what I mean? How it's affecting their surroundings. How it's affecting them getting a good man or husband in their life. Nobody wants to be with nobody who have all these evil habits or all these nasty habits that consist of with the world. No, when you're young, yes, you do things. You may have fun, but you got to look at the bigger picture. Okay, that same group you hang with is not trying to move forward or not trying to let go of those habits that's, knowing is bringing their health down. Eventually it's going to bring you down anyway if you're not trying to change. You got to get rid of them. Right? So that person who around you, that you wouldn't do things if they weren't there, that person that around that convincing you, to do things that you normally want to do, you have to get rid of that person, because if not, that person going to bring you to their level, right? They're going to bring you all the way down, and they're probably a professional at bringing people down, but when they bring you down, you might only have the strength to come back up, right? Because you're that weak. So now if you have some type of power where you know that you're not around these people and your life is a great life, or not great because, trust me, living in this world really not great. And the Father said, you can't love your life in this world because he'll take from you. But what I'm saying is your life is fairly decent where it's peaceful. Then why not maintain that peace? Don't allow people to come in and steal your peace, right? Because people target you and focus you. I'm telling you, that's why, I don't come out as much and I don't have many friends. No. Because Lord knows people reach out to me. Oh, come on, let's do this, do that. But no, the problem is people always have an agenda. They want you to get you to do things or peer pressure you to do something. And then when you tell them you don't want to do that, then they look at you, oh, she thinks she all this, she like that. No, it's not that. I've been there, done that, probably back in my years. And also, I may not even want to try that, okay? Because I already see what it's doing to you. Even though you don't see it, I see it. So yes, it's I had to be very careful in that stance. I had to probably say no many a times because I already know this person, what they're about or what they're going to do, because it never fails. As soon as you get around them, now they sitting around plotting, trying to get you to do something. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't want to do that, but they sit around there and have other people come together trying to do something. Let's try to, get him to do this or get her to do that because, they don't want to do nothing. So let's convince him and see what we can do. They plot, trying to get you to come out so they convince you to do things that you normally wouldn't do, right? Or convince you to do things you used to do. Right? So you got to be strong in your stance. You got to be able to overcome that peer pressure. You got to be able to let go of those friends who is not on your level. Trust and believe me. It is very important that you do that, because if I hadn't let go, I'd probably be strung out on ecstasy pills somewhere, or an alcoholic, or a nymphomaniac sleeping with this man and that man. But I seen what it was doing to people. I seen, even growing up, how it affected my so-called friends and my family members, how the ecstasy pills and how people want to live with the Jones or compete, or feel like I got this, I'm going on, or want to go drink all the time. Right now you look at them, and you see what their life is like. Most of the part is they living, trying to live, can't really live because they have too many habits they got to focus on instead of focus on the priorities they need to focus on to better themselves for the future. But because they have allowed themselves to be caught up and maybe alcohol, sex, drugs, so much of it, because of hanging around these other people, they can't even get off, right? So now they right. You can connect them right with the get along crew, you know, and that same person that they convince, and that same person go try to convince the next person. So it is a circle, right? Now, if you feel like that all this stuff is going on in your life and you tired of it, you know, and you can see what's going on. You can see that these friends you got in your life trying to convince you to do things because they see you trying to get away. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Because if you don't get rid of them, you're going to find yourself still stuck. But once you get rid of them and stand strong, you know, and overcome that pressure and everything, then you can walk forward and stand strong in your stance and be example to the world and be a leader, right? Because it is about, you know, having great confidence. It's about preserving yourself and being a leader, right? It's about being a leader so you can set an example to the people you are trying to teach, okay? Or set an example to the people, you know, who don't even know no better. Because like I said, there's a lot of people, you know, that on social media is learning from people like us. And they definitely need our help because they don't got, you know, that guidance to teach them, you know, to grab them by their hand and show them. So many of us perish, you know, for the lack of understanding, but we also perish because we had no example set for us. Right now, Generation Z, they barely can read and write because they don't got no examples, right? Because a lot of Generation X didn't set it for them. They didn't get caught up in all this worldly things, so Generation Z it just failed. So we got to wait till the Father send the next generation so we can overcome in our rise, okay? So, look. Here again, Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20, KJV version. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Okay? So, look, if you wise, walk with wise men, okay? Don't walk with fools because that wise you got will become a fool, okay? All right, and be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. You know, if you know you got good manners and you got this person over, you know you can read that person. You got that discernment. You know that person full of folly, wickedness, deception, and manipulative. You see what that person doing to others, right? But then your life, so what makes you think they ain't gonna conceive, manipulate you, and corrupt your good manners, right? Don't be deceived. Don't be stupid. Don't be ignorant to the fact because evil communications corrupt good manners, okay? So be careful who you got in your space, right? Be careful to overcome their peer pressure so you stand strong in your stance. Be careful to relieve yourself for those people who are convincing you manipulative, you know, to corrupt your good manners, okay? Evil communications corrupt good manners, and the wise man should walk with wise people and not a fool of companions, or you might as well consider yourself a fool too. All right, you guys, I hope this video gave you guys some clarification, and because, you know, we know better, we do better, and this is very important. Who we have in our life, who we have in our circle is better. It's very important because it defines who we are. A bird are fed, the flocks together. So I don't want to be be equally yoked. So I feel like this, not that I'm better than you, but if I've been there and I done grown up and you beneath me or you're not on my level, then don't look forward to me on my level. So you can think what you want to think about me, but I got to move forward because if I stoop to your level, then I'm going backwards, right? So you have to be equally yoked. So if they are not on your level, you see they not on your level, don't let them pull you down to their level. Be strong, okay? Overcome that peer pressure so you can stand strong in your stance, putting the Father first. All praise to the Most High. Bye, you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Love y'all.